At first glance, The Lion King and Frozen seem like two completely different worlds. One takes place in the vast African savanna, revolving around the cycle of life and a young lion's journey to reclaim his throne. The other unfolds in a magical frozen kingdom, where a queen struggles to control her powers and uncover the truth about her family's past. But what if these two stories share more than just Disney's signature storytelling? What if there is a deeper connection, one that ties together the forces of nature, the balance of life, and the destinies of their main characters? Both The Lion King and Frozen 2 explore a crucial theme: the balance of nature and the consequences of disrupting it. When the natural order is disturbed, whether by Scar taking the throne or by Arendelle's past mistakes, chaos ensues. And just like Simba must restore the circle of life, Elsa must bring harmony back to the elemental spirits. This leads to a fascinating question. What if the circle of life and the magic of nature in Frozen are actually part of the same force? Could Rafiki and Elsa both be guardians of balance in their respective worlds? In this video, we'll analyze the striking parallels between these films, uncover the hidden connections in their storytelling, and explore whether The Lion King and Frozen are more closely linked than we ever imagined. At the heart of both The Lion King and Frozen 2 lies a powerful message. Nature is alive, and it demands balance. When that balance is disturbed, everything falls into chaos. But while The Lion King explains this concept through the circle of life, Frozen 2 introduces the idea of elemental spirits that govern the natural world. In The Lion King, the circle of life represents the delicate balance between all living things. Every animal has a role to play, and when the natural order is respected, the land flourishes. However, when Scar takes over, his selfish rule disrupts the ecosystem, leading to famine, drought, and suffering. Only by restoring the rightful ruler can balance return. Similarly, Frozen 2 introduces 4 elemental spirits: fire, water, air, and earth, each representing a force of nature. Elsa learns that when humans interfere with these elements, nature retaliates. The enchanted forest is trapped in mist, and the spirits grow restless. Only by uncovering the truth and making amends can Elsa bring harmony back. But what if these two concepts are actually the same? What if the circle of life is simply another way to describe the elemental forces of nature? Think about it. The savannah's drought under Scar mirrors the way nature reacts when the spirits are angered in Frozen 2. Simba and Elsa are both chosen to restore balance, even though neither of them initially believes they are ready. Rafiki, like Elsa, acts as a guide who understands the mystical connection between life and nature. This suggests that the circle of life and the elemental spirits are part of the same universal force, just interpreted differently by different cultures. Could Elsa's magic and the wisdom of Rafiki both stem from the same ancient power? Throughout Disney's storytelling, certain characters serve as keepers of wisdom, guiding protagonists toward their true destinies. In The Lion King, Rafiki plays this role, while in Frozen 2, Elsa gradually takes on a similar responsibility. But what if these two figures are different versions of the same concept, guardians of nature's balance? Rafiki, the spiritual guide of the Pride Lands. Rafiki isn't just a shaman. He has a deep connection with the spiritual realm. He can communicate with the spirits of the past, such as Mufasa, and interpret signs from nature. His role isn't just to advise Simba, but to help restore the balance that was broken when Scar took over. By leading Simba to his realization of responsibility, Rafiki ensures that the circle of life is maintained. Elsa, the fifth spirit of the elements. In Frozen 2, Elsa learns that she is the missing piece among the 4 elemental spirits. Her ability to communicate with these forces mirrors Rafiki's connection with the spirit of Mufasa. By embracing her true self, Elsa restores the harmony between nature and people, just as Simba does for the Pride Lands. At the end of her journey, she leaves Arendelle to live in the enchanted forest, much like Rafiki remains outside of royal politics. Both act as nature's guardians. The hidden connection. If Rafiki had been in Elsa's world, would he have guided her the same way he did Simba? If Elsa had been in the Pride Lands, would she have used her powers to heal the land, just as she stopped the elemental chaos? Could their wisdom come from the same ancient force that ties all of nature together? Both characters play a role in restoring harmony to their worlds, one through spiritual guidance, the other through elemental control. This similarity suggests that the circle of life and the elemental spirits might not be separate forces at all, but different ways of understanding the same universal balance. Disney villains are often defined by their desire to manipulate or control power, but Scar and the rulers of Arendelle share something even deeper. They both disrupted the natural balance of their worlds for their own gain. This connection is key to understanding why The Lion King and Frozen 2 may be more similar than they first appear. Scar, the destroyer of the circle of life. Scar's rule isn't just about taking power. He actively disrupts the circle of life by letting the hyenas overhunt, leading to famine. Unlike Mufasa, who respected the natural order, Scar exploits resources with no concern for their consequences. His selfishness turns the Pride Lands into a barren wasteland, showing that when the circle of life is broken, destruction follows. The land can only heal once Scar is removed and Simba restores balance. The kings of Arendelle, breaking the balance of the elements. In Frozen 2, Elsa learns that Arendelle's past kings disrupted nature by betraying the North Uldra people. King Runerd, Elsa's grandfather, built a dam under false pretenses, weakening the land's magic. This led to the spirits abandoning the land, causing imbalance. Just like Scar's actions did in the Pride Lands, the spirits of fire, water, air, and earth became hostile, much like how nature revolted under Scar's rule. The shared theme: nature fights back. Both stories show what happens when nature is mistreated. Scar's rule causes a drought, while the betrayal of the North Uldra causes elemental chaos. In both cases, the land doesn't recover until the rightful leader steps in. Simba and Elsa both restore balance by honoring nature rather than exploiting it. Scar and Reynard both fail because they see power as something to be controlled rather than respected. This suggests that in both The Lion King and Frozen 2, nature is not just a setting, it is a force that actively resists those who try to manipulate it for personal gain. Could this mean that the circle of life and the elemental spirits are just two sides of the same force? If so, then Elsa and Simba are not just rulers, they are protectors of something much bigger. At first glance, Simba and Elsa seem like completely different characters. One is a lion prince from the African savannah, while the other is a queen with magical ice powers in a Nordic-inspired kingdom. However, when you break down their journeys, they follow an almost identical character arc, one centered around fear, self-discovery, and restoring balance to nature. Both begin as runaway heirs. Simba and Elsa are both born into royal families with significant responsibilities. Instead of embracing their roles, they run away from their destinies. Simba flees into exile after Mufasa's death, believing he is unworthy. Elsa isolates herself, fearing her powers will harm others. Both spend years avoiding their true purpose, believing that they are better off staying away from their kingdoms. The call to return and accept their role. Both characters eventually receive a sign that they cannot keep running away. Simba sees Mufasa in the stars, reminding him of his responsibility. Elsa hears a mysterious voice calling her, leading her to the truth about her powers. These moments force them to question everything they thought they knew and face the reality that they are meant for something greater, discovering their true purpose. Simba returns to the Pride Lands and fights Scar to restore the circle of life. Elsa follows the voice and realizes she is the fifth spirit, the bridge between humans and nature. Both finally understand that their role is not about personal desires, but about restoring balance to the world. Once they accept this, nature itself responds to their actions. The rain returns to the Pride Lands once Scar is defeated. The spirits calm down after Elsa restores the truth about North Uldra. Are Simba and Elsa the same archetype? Both stories teach the lesson that running from responsibility only causes more harm. Both Simba and Elsa must go through a personal transformation to restore harmony. They represent different aspects of nature, Simba as the protector of life, and Elsa as the guardian of elemental forces. By the end of their stories, they are no longer just rulers. They are symbols of balance. ensuring that nature continues to thrive. Could this mean that the circle of life and Elsa's connection to the elements are part of the same universal force? If so, then perhaps The Lion King and Frozen are not just connected through themes, but through something much deeper. After analyzing the deep connections between The Lion King and Frozen, one thing becomes clear. These two movies share far more than just Disney's signature storytelling style. While they may not exist in the same literal universe, they follow the same fundamental themes of nature, balance, and destiny. A shared concept of balance in nature. Both stories revolve around a disruption in nature caused by human or animal actions. In The Lion King, Scar's greed and mismanagement of the Pride Lands destroy the circle of life. In Frozen 2, the betrayal of the Northuldra people by Arendelle's king angers the elemental spirits. This imbalance threatens the survival of all creatures until a rightful leader steps in to restore harmony. The transformation of the protagonists, Simba and Elsa, start their journeys in fear and self-doubt, believing they are not fit to rule. Through trials, spiritual guidance, and personal growth, they come to realize that accepting responsibility is the key to restoring peace. Their return as leaders is not just about reclaiming power, it's about healing their worlds and bringing balance back to nature. The ultimate connection. The circle of life and the fifth spirit. In The Lion King, the circle of life is an energy that connects all living things, ensuring the survival of the ecosystem. In Frozen 2, Elsa's discovery of the fifth spirit reveals that she is the bridge between humans and nature, responsible for maintaining harmony. Could these two concepts be different representations of the same universal force in the Disney world? Simba embodies the natural cycle of life and death, ensuring that all creatures live in balance. Elsa embodies the elemental forces, maintaining the harmony between humans and the spiritual world. Perhaps the circle of life and Elsa's elemental magic are not separate forces, but two sides of the same coin. Maybe Disney has been telling the same grand story through different settings, one in the African savanna, another in a Nordic-inspired kingdom. Do you believe The Lion King and Frozen are connected on a deeper level? Or is it just a fascinating coincidence? Could other Disney movies also follow this hidden mythology of balance and nature?